Do you know what it means to factor an expression completely? Let's take a look at an expression and then look at how we can be sure that we have factored it into its smallest parts. Here's our expression, 3x squared minus 12. Now notice that the coefficient that goes with the x squared isn't 1. So we're going to have to factor this expression in a different way than just into two binomials. The first thing we can do is we can look for a greatest common factor. We're going to look for a greatest common factor in this term and this term. What's a common factor of 3x squared and of 12? Well, we can say that 3 is a common factor of both of these terms. So let's take out the 3. If I take a 3 out of the first term, I'm left with x squared. Bring down the subtraction sign. If I take a 3 out of 12, I'm left with 4. Now I have 3 times x squared minus 4. Now I can factor the expression that's inside the parentheses, and I'm going to factor it into two binomials. I have this 3 here, and here's my parentheses for my binomials. Now, x squared can be broken down into an x times an x. Now I need two numbers that add together to be 0, but multiply together to be negative 4. And I can use plus 2, minus 2 for those two numbers. Now I can look at this expression, 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 2. Can I factor this anymore? No. This is in its most factored form, it is in its simplest form, and so my work here is complete. Now let's look at another one. 2x squared plus 10x plus 12. The first thing I'm going to do is notice that the coefficient with the x squared is not 1, it's a 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if there's a common factor. A common factor of this term, and this term. 2 is a common factor of all three terms, so let's take out the 2. That leaves me with x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now I have a quadratic expression here inside parentheses. So I'm going to break the quadratic expression down into two binomials. Keep the 2 here. And here's my two binomials. X squared is the first term I'm going to factor. It factors to x and x. Now I want two values that add together to be 5x and multiply together to be positive 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. And because these signs are both positive, I can put a positive 3 here and a positive 2 here. Now I have factored the expression completely, and my work is finished.